This is our first release of the month video that we're doing, so it's good to get you here today. And I know you've got a lot of things you want to talk about. The first thing that we have talked about is new integrations. You want to tell us what we have?
Absolutely, Steve. So as part of the one integration per month, so this month we have Zoom integration. So we successfully completed our Zoom integration, and I can quickly demonstrate to you how to configure Zoom and integrate with the Zoom environment. So it's a new endpoint added into our product. So you can go to the endpoints and pick the ingestion service type. And I already created a high level type as Zoom. Now you can go and create and integrate yourself into Zoom environment by selecting the subtype. You can see the old ones were WebEx and Net to Phone, which was already completed, and this build we have Zoom. So you can select Zoom and you can set your expiration time, that is never, so it's going to be always going to connect and work on it. And you can select a particular group that contains set of users. So if you want to pull all your Zoom recordings, you basically create a group and put all your users, or you want to pull only the subset of your users, selective users, you create a group and add it to the group and select the group in here. So if this group contains only 5 users, when we connect to Zoom, we only pick the recordings for that 5 users. So once you select the group, you basically go yourself and authorize with your own username and password parameter to Zoom, login. Once the successful login happens, we basically integrate with Zoom, we get the authentication token. Hereafter, we basically go and pull all the recordings in Zoom periodically. And once the recording comes into our IXCloud, it's considered as natively recorded by us, and you can do all sort of action that you're doing with the MS Teams recording. You can go and play, you can annotate, you can do transcription, any kind of an analytics that you want to do, you can do with that. So now it is like available with the latest release.
Got it. Great. So that's the new integration for IXCloud. You can pull in all of your legacy recordings from Zoom and have all of the functionality that IXCloud provides in the cloud.
That is right, Steve.
All right. So that's the first thing. And the next thing we've talked about is enhancements to the whole user experience. You want to walk us through that?
Absolutely. So we spend a lot of time in enhancing our UI. The functionalities are intact, but we actually spent a lot of time in making the UI more minimalistic, but with all the functionalities that is available. So I can walk you through with that. So when you go into the call listing page, you can see the difference in here. So now you have a different filter layout that is available on the top. It has an enhanced filtering capabilities where you can go and select a particular field that you want to search with, and you can enter the wildcard search. So it's basically go and search on everything. The previous functionality was like it goes and checks with every single field that is available. Sometimes it is time consuming. Now you have an option to pick and choose. Only I want to select a call from a particular user. For example, like you want to look for a call that got recorded with a particular call queue. So what you want to do is like go and select queue name and select a queue name, and we do have a particular call queue which is Kevin C queue. So you can see when you're searching for it, it brings all the calls that is recorded with the call queue name Kevin C queue. And not only that, so I'm going to clear this filter, and it's our paradigm where we want to have 2 clicks to anywhere. So if you want to search with a particular agent, so go to the agent and type that agent name and select and do the filtering. It's going to bring in, this is exactly the same previous functionality, but we enhanced how many clicks that you have to do to get in there. So everything is ease of access, everything is in front of you. You basically select the filter and do it. So now you can see all the calls only with that particular user that is coming in. And that's with the filtering, and the layout is very simple and clean. User can clearly see what is going on, what their calls are. And in addition to that, we enhanced the call details page. So when you go into the call details page, you can see now the call details page is very clean. Everything is organized properly. You see all the informations are organized in one location. You get to see everything. And you have the video camera on the left side, you have the screen share on the right side, and the color scheme is different and much more intuitive than how it was before. And once you start hitting the play button, you can clearly see that it starts immediately. The performance was improved a lot, and you see that the video camera starts now, and once it hits the starting time of the screen share, you're also going to see the screen share being played here. There you go. So it's much more cleaner than how it was before. It's not cluttered. Now it is like well organized, and the color scheme is much more cleaner than the previous version. And this is our commitment to keep enhancing our UI. So every release you will see more and more functionalities like this. And not only with that functionality, we are also like very small minimal changes where everywhere wherever there is an option, now you can filter it by that type. For example, endpoint, now you can filter by endpoint type. And if you go into a group, you can filter by group. Previously, it was not available. Now, wherever it is available, it's a small UI enhancement, but it's going to be very intuitive to the end user. Anything they want to see, they can quickly see it by 2 clicks. That's what we want to push it.
Absolutely comes back to this point of simplicity, of ensuring that anyone who needs to access the platform for a business critical purpose, you have to find a recording, you have to handle this for dispute resolution or something like that. It doesn't require a specialist, it doesn't require deep knowledge to get into the system and find a recording. It's 2 clicks to anywhere. It's just simple for anyone to use.
Absolutely, Steve. Our objective is not to train the user. Everything should be self-explanatory. When you see the UI, you know what needs to be done. We don't want to go and teach the user. So it should be intuitive. It should be like self-explainable. That's what we are trying to achieve, and this is the outcome.
Good. Okay. Now the third thing we want to talk about is actual functionality, new features that are being added to the platform. Do you want to walk through that?
Absolutely. So another enhanced existing functionality, which is very, very important for any organization, is audit trail. So with the new enhanced audit trail, previously we have the functionality available, but it only captures anything that changed on the system. For example, like you go and added a particular comment to a particular call, or you changed the configuration from X to Y, and you changed a user's recording profile, or you are changing a permission, it's automatically audited, and that's the entry that will come in. We drastically enhanced that functionality while keeping the existing one intact. We added every single action that is important to be captured. For example, user performed a search, which is not changing anything in the backend, but it is an important audit trail functionality. You can see that is coming in here, and what time the search was performed. And when user clicks the play, you get to have more information about what time he hit the play button and which particular call that he is playing. So you have the call ID, call start time, which agent that he played. And every single things like that, not only like changing the database, but anything that user clicked on the UI, now you can see it as a story. You can go and see from the time that he is logging into the application and by the time he is logging out, every single action, which is an important action that he is performing, is now being captured. And we are displaying it in an intuitive way. You can see every single thing, every single entity details. And the more to it is you can also export everything that you are seeing in a screen with a PDF type or a CSV file type. And you can export it, and you can do it for your compliance purpose. You can take it to somewhere to show it. So that is now available to the users.
So one more layer of audit defense, complete transparency into anyone who's gone into any recording.
Exactly. It's complete transparency, and a supervisor can log into the system, and he can see clearly like each and every user's activity and who did what. and you can also filter by a particular user. Previously this was not there. This is the one that I was talking before, where you can go and check like what a particular user did, and you can go and filter it, and you can only get all the activities that user did. And when you are exporting, whatever you are seeing is what you are going to get it in your export result. So we spend a lot of time to make sure that it is a good enhancement for the user to have it, and that's exactly what we did. And also, like, we added a smaller thing like a version number that is now displayed on the UI. There are tons of smaller things. I don't want to go with every single enhancement, but I'm pretty sure this release is going to be a good one for the customers.
Is there anything you want to talk about that's just over the horizon that is coming soon? A little movie trailer for what comes in the next few weeks?
Absolutely, Steve. So I can talk about our MS Teams recording. So we currently enhanced our functionality where we are currently supporting interactive roster. In other words, like people call it as partial roster as well. So that functionality is implemented and it is going to be available to the end users or the customers by end of this month. And also we added OAuth 2 type authentication to our recorder bot. So it's a multi-tenant system. So previously we don't have OAuth 2 kind of a capability for each tenant to go and authenticate to the same bot to get their recordings. Now we introduced that OAuth 2 token system. So each tenants are partitioned properly and they have their own boundaries, and when you get your own OAuth token, you can go and only query for your tenant related recordings, and everything is secured. So that is coming by end of this month. And we are also working on live monitoring capabilities where the recorder bot can stream the audio to you if you have a write permission, and you can play it back while the call is going on in a real time. So these are all the existing functionality that is coming in, and which will be available by no later than end of this month.
And everything we've talked about so far, the Zoom integration, the UI enhancements, the audit trail feature enhancement, that's all pushed live as of what date?
So the IXCloud functionality that you have seen so far is going to be pushed by end of this week. So next Monday, all the customers, when they are logging in, they will get to see the new UI, new functionalities, everything that we are talking about. Currently, we are wrapping up with our testing and everything. The build is ready, and weekend deployment is going to happen soon.
Okay. Are we going to do this once a month?
That's our goal. Every month we are going to have this build and a new enhancement.
All right. We'll do this once a month and we'll keep pushing this out. Thank you so much. This was great.
Thanks, Steve. It was nice talking to you.